Welcome to day 2 of India Shopping Center Forum 2016. We had a wonderful day yesterday with the most informative and insightful sharing of experiences, best practices, and ideas. And we are all set for another enriching and rewarding day today. The digital revolution has really disrupted the entire shopping and retail industry. But now that all of us are coming to grips with the new technologies and the changed environment, all stakeholders are now focused on creating a shopping and social space experience that will not only delight but amaze customers. We begin our day with two quick presentations, about 15 minutes each, on this aspect of the retail industry. Our first presentation will be made by Christian Joner, Regional Manager Asia Pacific, Scheid and Bachmann, on achieving international benchmarks in parking management. We then have a presentation by Mr. Bhavik Javeri, Founder and Chief Executive Officer Preta, the confluence of mall and mobile. Let's welcome our first speaker, Christian Joner.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and thank you all for the participation in this event. My name is Christian, and in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to talk about new technologies, new trends, and also about parking in the retail environment. So, we all talk about trends in technology, about buzzwords. Click and mortar, already quite old. It means that you, as a retailer, had a digital representation on the web and basically all about information, right? And then it moved on to omni-channel management. Services offered on the web, on your website, and additional values presented in different channels in digital media. And now the buzzword is more and more becoming total retail, which means that basically all the services that you offer are fully integrated in the online world and in the offline world. So buzzwords in technology, yeah? Internet of Things. Everyone has smartphones, everyone is well connected over social media, and it's a digital revolution. Yeah? So everything is fast evolving, and nowadays we are talking about the Industry 4.0, so that basically all devices, all technologies, everything that you use in your environment is connected and integrated. Yeah? And yeah, still in the focus of all of that is the customer journey, how we say, customer experience, and also customer convenience. But in the end, what is really important for the retailer? What is important for you? It's customer data, right? Because customer data gives you the power to know your customer better and to customize your products and your whole appearance according to the needs of the customer. And what are tools, or what do we use today already to source information? We use social media. We let our customers like our websites, our Facebook profile, and we collect information about them. We offer premium services and make them register. Yeah, click and collect, for example. Yeah, they order online, and then they collect their goods in your shopping mall or at the retailer. And all of that is also, of course, customer convenience. But in the end, we also generate data and information. Loyalty programs. You offer loyalty programs to customers, which enable them to collect points and then redeem them for probably some nice goods in your shopping mall. Also here, the focus is customer data. We have a big trend now is online inventory, yeah? So that you make the inventory of your local shops available on the website for the customers to browse and see if their goods that they actually want to buy are available in your shopping mall. Free Wi-Fi, yeah, registration for Wi-Fi in the shopping mall. Also another source for data. Beacon technology, very big nowadays, yeah. So you want to do geo-mapping. You want to know where the customer is during his stay in the shopping mall and how he moves. And probably also offer additional services when he's registered and approaches a shop or a beacon. And this is also quite interesting. A couple of discussions I recently had with major retailers in Australia. They collect all the surrounding data, so external factors that influence the whole, let's say, appearance of their shopping mall. Weather, yeah? Who would think about weather as being an important factor? But if we have a weather prediction over the next 7 or 14 days, or let it be the next day, we probably know it's going to rain. We probably know there's going to be a thunderstorm. So the likelihood is higher that people actually come to the shopping mall and spend their time there than probably on a beautiful day. And if you know this, or there are events in the neighborhood, in your shopping mall, or probably in 5-kilometer radius diameter of your shopping mall, all of those information lead to a very good picture of your surrounding world. Yeah? And one of the buzzwords at the moment is creating a dashboard. Yeah, Germans, I'm a German, we always use cars as reference, so I took this dashboard, but in the end it has the same meaning, the same purpose. You want to know what's going on in your shopping mall, and you want to see the figures and the measures, and then control, modify, and use them for your marketing strategies. And all the things that I said before, they can be integrated into a dashboard because they are also interacting. Yeah? And you can use them as information for your strategies. And now, of course, I'm going over to parking because that's what I'm actually here for. You think, how does parking fit in there? What is the meaning of parking in all of the, let's say, digital revolution? And we from Scheid & Bachmann and also our major customers and retailers, we think that parking is a very essential part of the customer journey. Yeah? Think about it, it's the first and actually last impression that someone gets when he enters your mall. Yeah? Of course, when you think about digital world, he probably checked the website before that. Yeah? But the actual physical first contact he makes in the parking lot, when he comes with his own car or with his driver. And it turns out that the more professional you are already here, yeah, the more professional your overall picture also becomes. Yeah? Because people will remember their appearance. Yeah? They will remember the service they already got when entering the shopping mall in the parking. So, and now taking it a step further, yeah, we have our parking lot. It's a service that you as a retailer actually offer. And the question is, how do we treat all those different profiles? Yeah, different people, different profiles. Do we treat them the same? Do we use the same pricing, for example, for someone who shopped for 10,000 rupiah, than for someone who's only taken a coffee, or someone who took the train downtown for the work? Yeah? So, and that is, of course, a major challenge for operators and also for owners to manage that. And it's more than fair to charge someone who is probably using the parking lot only as a storage for his car and then choosing something totally different, to charge him more than an actual loyal customer. And that's where we come into play, where the technology comes into play, because we have very, very good measures and tools to actually differ between them. And I would like to run through only a couple of those tools that we use nowadays very successfully in the retail environment and give you a couple of examples. Yeah? One of them is reservations. It basically first came up at the airport industry because we all book our flights online. We all, when we travel, we know what we want to do. We book it online. And the same also accounts for parking. Yeah? So when I exactly know when I go, for example, on a business trip, then I will book my parking in advance. And the same is also available for shopping malls. Because what is the benefit for an operator? Yeah? Or let's start with the benefit for the customer. The customer has a reservation and he knows that there's actually a car park available for him when he turns up at the mall, right? But the benefit for the operator or for the owner is that you can actually market your product either as a premium, yeah, when you say we reserve something for you, so you charge a higher amount, or you say it's just part of my overall convenience product. Yeah? And you can play with prices, because when you have reservations, you know when people come and when they leave. So you can manage your contingent way better than when people just show up, take a ticket, and drive out. This is one example from Australia, Maya Centre in Brisbane. They last year introduced our product, And that's how it looks like on the website. And actually, the customer journey looks a bit like this. So you go on the website, you see that website, and you pick dates. Yeah, when you come, when you leave, you receive an offer for that time frame. And in the end, when you choose to do that, you pay online in advance. You get a QR code or a barcode, and then you can actually drive up the entrance lane, get a ticket once you scanned your barcode, and stay in the shopping mall for the day or for the time that you booked. And this is very convenient for customers because it's already paid. They don't have to take care of paying in the mall, yeah, going to the pay station, or they can be sure that they have a parking lot. Yeah. If they overstay, just a quick remark, yeah, they of course have to pay, either at the pay station or at the exit lane, depending on where the payment is usually taking place. That's reservations. The next thing, and that's in retail really important, and that coming back to all the different use cases of parking profiles that we have in a car park, it's important that you also have different validation modules. Yeah? As mentioned, someone who probably didn't buy anything at all will pay a standard fee. But someone who, for example, shopped at a reasonable amount would be offered a QR code on the receipt, yeah, on the standard receipt, and this could be used to get a validation at the pay station. Yeah? And the benefit of that is that we can manage many, many different profiles of validations that we can offer to different customers. So each retailer in the shopping mall can have a different validation model. Yeah? Because one thing is clear, as an operator, as an owner, you want the parking service to be paid. The question is only who pays it in the end, right? So think about this. Someone buys a very expensive watch, yeah, for, let's say, what is expensive? 15,000 rupiah. And then he has to pay 100 rupiah at the exit for parking. The last thing he leaves the shopping mall with is more or less a bad impression, right? Because he has spent so much money and then he has to pay for parking, such a little amount, doesn't fit. So let the retailer take over the costs. 100 rupiah fully fits into that customer journey. He gives out a validation, and in the end, everyone is happy. Yeah. Very important nowadays is also you want to involve the customer more. Yeah. Mobile checkout is a buzzword also. It means that you don't have to go to the pay station or you don't have to go to the exit lane for payment. You use your smartphone, your device, to actually check out your own ticket. Yeah? It looks a bit like this in a barcode environment. And the benefit of that is that you have another point to collect data. Yeah? This is an app. Yeah, someone has to register. And registration is always the key to obtain more data. And people are most likely very reluctant to register. You would probably know that from yourself. I personally also don't want to register with all different kinds of media available. But if I actually have a benefit of that, yeah, and that is one benefit, yeah, that I'm faster in paying, I don't have to queue up at the pay station or queue up at the exit lane. I can actually pay my own ticket with my credit card, which is probably assigned to that app, or my PayPal account, or my Alibaba account. In the end, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's an additional service that we know makes people register. Yeah? And then the final, let's say, thing that is also very important is how to get people into registration. How do we motivate them? As mentioned, one thing could be the mobile checkout app, yeah, so that you pay your own ticket. The other thing could be that you offer like a loyalty card, or you use your already existing loyalty card for people to enter and exit the car park. And then either charge them once a month, that's quite regular now, or you charge them right after their transaction, but still, again, they don't have to go to the pay station because everything is managed over their registration. And it looks a bit like this. Yeah, so you come to the entrance terminal, you present your loyalty card, and it automatically recognizes you as a registered customer. And then in the end, you park your car and drive out with the same card, and you would either receive an invoice later on, yeah, or a collected invoice over the month, over your whole stay, or yeah, it's part of your package anyway. So, and that is at the moment a very important trend. Let me summarize what I just said. Yeah, so the most important digital trends in parking at the moment: reservation. You want to manage your yield. Yeah, you can play with tariffs. You can play with contingencies, contingents. Sorry, and you are way more flexible on the design and the management of your car park. Validations. You can actually set up a higher initial tariff and only let people pay that are actually, at least in your opinion or in the retailer's opinion, people that should pay. And self-service, mobile checkout, involving apps, involving the digital world more into the process, into the in the customer journey, and the registration. And that's already my short presentation, my short insight into the technologies and the trends. And I'm happy to take questions now from you, or later on we will be here for some time. Whenever you have any questions with regard to parking technology, how we do it, for example, in other countries and other environments with retailers, I'm absolutely happy to take them. Yeah?
Issue or not. When I stepped out, you were talking about reservations. Recently, I have increased the ease of parking along with ski data that the customers pay via mobile apps, and the ease of payment and the ease of exit happens. That's very good. But when it comes to reservation, typically a mall has less of parking spaces, more of customers to come in. And parking is for the customers to come and park there, and they're not leaving for the airport, they're going to park at my mall to consume something, to spend something. So if somebody has reserved and he doesn't show up and I show my parking full, and what happened, a potential customer is waiting outside thinking that the parking is full. So I somehow lose on a potential customer who is waiting outside, because parking revenue is negligible compared to what he's going to spend in my mall. So it cannot be compared with the airport reservation, and mall is a different ballgame.
Yep. Of course, it depends a bit also on the location of the shopping mall. Yeah. So when you have a shopping mall that is located in an environment that is surrounded, for example, by many different other businesses, and you want to make sure that your customer actually gets a spot. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily always mean that you have to reserve it on your own. Yeah. But you can reserve with those tools. You can reserve parking lots also for premium customers, and make sure that they can enter. But I totally understand your concern. Yeah, as you mentioned, retailers usually the main focus is not the revenue from parking. It's compared to retail, turnovers you make and from rent and all of that. It's a very little amount, still a very little amount. Yeah, but still, you want to make sure that your customers get a car park. Yeah, and if reservation in that product probably or in that environment probably doesn't fit, yeah, for the reasons you just mentioned, and someone doesn't show up, it's a perfectly reasonable concern. Then probably you need to choose other products of that digital mix. Yeah, it probably doesn't fit in that.
The reservation bit doesn't fit. Otherwise, ease of parking with mobile payment and all those things are wonderful.
So for just this example, I took Maya Center as an actual example of a retailer in the CBD in Brisbane, right? And they are using pre-booking or reservation as a tool, because their parking is always full. Yeah, and when it's not full, and they even use it as driver to get people in. Yeah, so they market the fact that the parking is during that time frame not full. Yeah, they market it to get new customers in. It always depends a bit on the point of view. Yeah.
It all depends on the kind of market you're in.
Yep, definitely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shona. Thank you so much. We'd now like to invite Mr. Bhavik Javeri, founder and chief executive officer of Preta, to share with us his experience on the confluence of mall and mobile.
Yep. So we run a company called Preta, and we've been trying to disrupt consumer behaviors through omnichannel technologies. We've been into space for some time. I was CTO for an American company called Roof Asset, and then CTO and co-founder of a company called Craftsvilla. spent some time at Smile Group, so Fashion and You, Deals and You, etc. So been on the mix of, I right now run a company called Ambab, which is also a technology backend for most of the retailers in the country. So we've seen both sides of the space. We've seen e-commerce very well. We've seen offline retail, in-store retail, mall experiences very closely. And so we realized that there is a serious gap. There's a serious gap in the way we see internet, the way internet can really be utilized as an enabler. If you see other industries, other space beyond retail, for example, right? Zomato is purely an enabler for a restaurant. It's not competing with a restaurant. Or a Book My Show is an enabler for a movie cinema business, but not competing with movie cinema. And that's how we see the confluence of mobile and malls and retail coming together. And mobile has to be an enabler, an experience enabler for businesses and not just compete with the business. And that's where I think we just tried to redefine the role of mobile in the malls. So we'll just start with a very, very basic definition of malls. Primarily, what are malls, right? Malls are supposed to be a building or a physical infrastructure which allows merchandisers or retailers to come together on a common platform. Ideally, they were the revolutionary shopping experience creators for consumers, right? They're the heart and soul of creating unique shopping destinations and foundation of experiential shopping. That's where malls started. But as we see the world today, the world is getting divided, right? So it's not about malls, it's not about anything else. The experiences are divided. The world is divided into two different zones. There's an online zone and there's an offline zone. And this zone is creating really, really bad experiences for our consumers, right? There's a huge consumer dilemma because their experiences are completely different when they go online and see the brand versus the way experiences or a mall or a store in the offline world. There's complete uncertainty around delivery, the inconsistencies in prices. So the online is probably a discounted product versus a mall product. At the same time, retailers have a similar dilemma, right? So they have unhealthy competition channels, loss of brand value and loyalties. They have to go through the online discount and inefficiencies that are around discounts. And eventually, the cost of convenience is so high. Imagine, typically an Indian e-commerce see a 30% reject on a COD. And today's consumer, if they really buy at least 3 sizes together, so the one they fit is one they keep and the 2 goes back to the retailer. Imagine the cost of goods that are in transit, the opportunity that has been lost. So good 5 days of delivery time forward and then another 5 days to reverse the product and that goes back to a warehouse, goes into an unpacking, goes back on the shelf. Takes good 12, 15 days. The amount of inefficiency that e-commerce or online is creating for retail, it's our joint responsibility as the infrastructure enablers. May it be mall, may it be the online enablers. And we come together and address these dilemmas both at consumer end as well as on the retailer's end. And that's where I think the confluence of mall and mobile happens. The general myth that the consumer buy online because it's convenient. But our belief is, the underlying truth here is that consumers don't buy online because it's convenient, it's because the alternate is inconvenient. And that's where we play a very critical role as malls, as enablers, as infrastructure creators, that we create infrastructures which are convenient, which are the way consumer wants it today, and then let them decide where and how they want to buy. And truly, we have a very, very winning edge because technology can only take these e-commerce guys online, but they can't really go omni-channel. And that's where we have a very, very winning edge over technology because we have not just physical, but a complete phygital capability. We are available offline, we are available online, and we can create experiences which are way, way, way beyond the typical technology e-commerce enablers can create. And that's our definition of new malls, the new age malls that we are looking at. Malls are not just shopping complexes, but they are physical and digital infrastructure enabler that create holistic experiences, increase efficiencies and loyalty while consistently supporting the brand promises. This is, if you see a couple of highlighted points here, it's all about experiences. And if these experiences are not there, it would have been very easy to create online-only brands, sell online, create efficiencies, etc. But I just spoke about the cost of convenience and the inefficiencies that e-commerce carries. But we truly can create efficient businesses for the retailers and make really large and better business opportunities for ourselves. And we obviously can, the experiences that malls can create physically, if we bring those together on the digital platform, the amount of loyalties that we'll create, and not to forget the brand promises. I know who wants to really discount the product to sell it and not consider the brand values. And this is what exactly transparently malls are doing for us. And that's where I think we marry together as malls and physical and digital world together, and we bring certain efficiencies, certain experiences which only we can create, and that's where I think the confluences are. We all know we're part of a huge consumer revolution. Consumers going digital every day. They're highly connected. They're expecting much more than what we are able to offer. They're changing the way they shop. And our consumer is everyone. The consumer is not divided into online and offline. We have a consumer who is everyone. So it is completely channel irrespective, channel independent world. And we have to become part of it, and we can't say, okay, the offline shoppers who comes to mall and the online shoppers who go buy online. That's not happening. Our consumer is everyone. Yeah, this is a question. So consumer is omni-channel. He's doing banking across mobile. He's doing at ATMs. He's going to the banks. He's ordering Domino's on phones. And are we really able to give those experiences? So consumer is already omni-channel. Are we is the question. So what is it that we can do? So obviously competition, as it's been quoted, the don't kill businesses, failure to adapt quickly to the new behaviors does. And I think today I'll just try to bring certain experiences which are very simple to create, probably not require huge amount of technology backends, etc. But at the same time can allow us to become truly omni-channel, truly phygital in our own ways. And how do we create that wow? So the formula is very simple. We create an O2O model. An O2O model, as defined, primarily is an online to offline model, but we can really make it bipolar. So we might say it's an offline to online model, and it's also an online to offline model. And that's where I think our winning formulas would lie. Some use cases quickly. What can we do using mobile? We allow our consumers to do a complete local discovery of products. So they are at home, they are searching, they're finding malls near them, they're finding stores near them, they're finding brands, seeing the products, seeing the availability of the products, discovering the offers around it. And before they walk into the mall, the decisions are made. Can create trial baskets. So from store to store, they can go and create trial baskets pre-hand while they are in transit or at home, decide what they want to try, and then walk into a mall, walk into a store, and while they walk into the store, the trial baskets would be ready. And because we, as a consumer, as a store manager, we are already knowing what is lying in the trial basket, the opportunity of cross-sell is immense. We can keep products which are similar, products which are recommended, etc., ready to try next to this trial baskets when consumer walk in. So he's doing things at home. This is an at-home experience where he's already created his trial basket before he walks into the mall. Why not shopping? So if they can create trial basket and they're very convinced with the brand and they've been very regular buyer, they might also end up shopping that product online at the app itself. Now the biggest differentiator that we as mall can create is when they shop online, while the typical e-commerce would take 2 to 3 days of delivery, because we are very local in nature, we can promise them same-day deliveries, scheduled deliveries. Actually, we did a huge campaign around Valentine's Day with some of the biggest mall here. We promised scheduled delivery at midnight. And we did a 12 a.m. Valentine's Day inventory delivery. We did 100 deliveries, and they were huge, 30,000 worth product, 40,000 worth product, completely handed over to us 1 week back to deliver over a midnight just to surprise women. These are the experiences, right? So this is what we can create when we go physical, digital together. So let people create their trial baskets, let them shop online, let them come to the stores and pick up themselves, or allow them to do a complete same-day delivery. So it's a complete reserve and pickup. And I think the question prior to this was, how can we allow them to reserve car parking if they're not, if they're not a promising customer? We reserve it only if we allow, if they reserve a product with us, or if they already created a trial basket, or they've already promised some shopping with us. So as soon as he has done some interaction at home, we are more than happy to give them experiences like reserve parking, etc., which is possible, right? Curbside pickup. So this is also one of the very huge success stories globally, where people really want to take or pick up products before and after mall hours. What we do about it? So we can do a same-day delivery, but that is also time limited. We can only do it between 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. What if I have an urgent morning meeting and I only realize that I need a white shirt at night, and I want to buy it, but there's no way to pick it up because by 9 p.m. the mall is going to shut. So I can order it by 8 p.m. at my home. The curbside pickup or pickup assistants will take that product, keep it aside on the pickup counter. Early morning, next day, 8 a.m., pickup counters are enabled, though the mall and stores are not. He'll pick up the product and go for a meeting. So curbside pickup, again, same, reserve and pick up from store, or reserve and pick up from a curbside. Again, a huge success across globally. Single identity checkout. I think this is the biggest thing that we can do to our stores and retailers. As a consumer, I'm always going through various stores in the mall, and most of the time I have different loyalty cards and I have different payment methods and hundreds of other offers going on. But as a consumer, I really don't know what is the best mode of shopping or paying in that particular store. So why don't we make a very intelligent payment system which is lying on a mobile phone, where customer walks into the store, they keep on adding things to the cart what they want to buy, and do a single identity checkout across, and the best loyalty points or the best offers or the credit card offers, etc., just auto applies as a single identity across stores in the malls. So I think that's again a huge mobile enabler which we as mall can take. Cashbacks. So if you really, it's as simple as they're buying in the mall, probably we don't even have product integrations and inventory integrations. We still want them to really make some, so we don't want to really discount, but at the same time, we want to give some promotions. A simple experience. So you go to the mall, buy something, upload your invoice, and we'll give you a cashback, which you can use for the next shopping. So it's as simple as there's no huge technologies required, and we can create experiences at home. Real-time promotions. I'm sitting at home. I really don't know where and what. The USS comes, and there's every day a 50% off on different malls, and I'm really not sure which mall has what offers. Why not I just sit at home and have a single aggregated way of looking at where and how the promotions are happening, and probably also order from the mall where the promotions is happening today, rather than going to the mall which is at the other end of the city. Incentives and reward programs. I brought this because I know we all have reward programs and loyalty, but incentive is something really big which can make difference for us. We as malls are not just retail, right? We are beyond that. We are creating experiences. We have food courts. We have fun zones. How do we mix? So there's a customer which has been acquired. He's going to walk into the mall. Now, how do we make sure that that customer acquisition cost is shared between all the form of experiences or retailers or merchants that we have? So why not, if you buy a 1,500 rupee denim from a brand A, can offer you a discount on a movie ticket as well as a food zone? Because you are walking in, I'm sure you're going to come. Give them a cross promotion as an incentive. Not only will the offers and not only the products that the retail would sell, they would not even have to give discounts. At the same time, the customer would be acquired by other parties in the malls, right? Free cabs to mall. With all Olas and Ubers, imagine the amount of, as I said, inefficiencies in deliveries, right? So when I'm shipping a car, there's a huge opportunity loss. Rather than spending that 150 rupees on an opportunity loss of delivering a product, can I really offer a free cab to the store? So he's already reserved a product. He's already sure that he's going to come and pick up from the store. Rather than delivering him and paying 100 rupees to a courier person, I would rather pay the 100 rupees to a cab guy, bring that customer to the store, and the huge opportunity of impulse shopping, cross-selling, more opportunities within the mall can be created. And this is what some of probably we as Pretter or as mobile technologies we can really offer as an at-home experiences. Concierge services, personalized feeds, made to measures or alterations. You can offer all of this as a separate services on a mobile, irrespective of customer walking to the mall, right? And now the few in-mall experiences, right? So this was all at home and how mobile can be used at home or at office while I'm not at a shopping marketplace. And now we're going to experiences which can be created very simply using mobile phones when I'm already at a marketplace, I'm already at a mall. So simple, right? I mentioned about the Valentine Day thing. I buy at mall, and can I convert it into a gift? I want to deliver it at the, across the city or across the country. So can I enable a delivery ecosystem within the mall where I can shop anywhere in mall and then ask for a free delivery or a whatever paid delivery with a gift wrap across the city. So shop at mall and ask for a delivery. Smart shopping list. So as I mentioned about trial basket, so if I've created my trial basket or I've created my shopping list, and when I enter into the mall, a guided tour can be given to me saying, okay, this is the product near you, this is a store near you, these are the brands that you have in your shopping list, and this is how you can go and start picking those products, whatever you have put in your shopping list. Store and mall navigation, again, because now you know how and where he wants to buy, we navigate them precisely to the places where they want to go. Trial reviews, I think this is one of my favorites. So this is a complete O2O example, an offline to an online example. Now the problem is that we go to a mall, there are 10 stores that we try a product, and then the decision making is really difficult because I'm not sure the first product that I had tried was best or the 10th product that I tried was the best. And how do my shopping behavior happens after that? So can I really start creating my trial reviews while I'm trying in each and every store? Okay, this was the product, I take a picture, put my review saying, okay, this was fitting nice, etc. Price was good, offers was this, etc. And then after 7, 8, 10 trials in different stores that I've made, can I then sit in a coffee shop or go back to home and decide that I really want to buy which product and then ask for a delivery? So trial reviews while I'm trying those products. Same thing, try at mall, shop at home. So rather than shop at home and pick up from store, I would say you try yourself, you figure out what you want to buy, scan those products, keep that ready in your shopping cart, come home, decide at your leisure on a click of button, and products can be delivered at home. Contextual product information, so when I'm near to the product, can I see the videos, social inputs, reviews on a single scan, or probably as beacon technologies coming in, so we can know the product information on phone as we go near to the products. Proximity marketing, again, beacon technology. When I'm in mall, you already know what I'm supposed to buy, what products I like, what I dislike. So can you do a very contextual and personalized proximity marketing campaigns to me on my phones? Yes, that's what beacons can bring. Exit intent. People who come to the mall, they really look at a lot of products, but then they don't buy anything. So when they're exiting or we're just near the exit areas around mall, how do we make an offer? How do we make a cross call which will allow them to come back to the mall? Or if he's already exited, do we still offer them something after he's reached home that, okay, you tried so many products, probably we have a couple of offers to you, now do buy on phone and we'll deliver at home. Mobile payments. Payment station, single identity checkout, again the same thing. So can it be I want to buy at 4, 5 stores, but I don't want to really stand at at different queues of each and every store. Can there be a single payment station or a mobile payment station where I can check out for all the 5 stores and ask for a curbside pickup? Personalization, because you know what I am. So when I enter the store, you show me only those products which are around that store rather than showing me all the products in the mall. Parking assist, I think my friend just explained you. This is again a big thing which technology can enable, mobile can enable. They can easily track and find where the parking is available. Impairment assistance. Now this is something which is big because people really, the people who will have a consumer base which will not necessarily be having all the access powers that we have. So while can create a good physical access opportunities, can we create product information opportunities using beacon technology where he can just plug in the earphone, probably he's not able to see, etc. And when he passes by the counters, he knows, okay, I'm passing this store, I'm at the X brand, this is the color of the product, and he can listen to it and probably shop rather than, probably if he's not able to see, for example. So I think there's a bigger problem that we should solve because malls are so huge, people get lost, so how do you really find your family members around? So again, technology can enable you to find people around when you are in mall. And I think pretty much the experiences that we think that we want to enable, because eventually it's all about consumer, he's the only boss. And if we don't create these experiences, someone else will. then that's not an opportunity loss, but clearly we don't seeing the opportunity together. Yep, I'm Preta, I'm Bhavik. You can reach me on my credentials.
Can I go on to your website or your app and be able to know a navy blue blazer at this store, and I can go and pick it up right now because you'll be able to tell me real-time inventory in stores around me?
Change before you have to.
Innovate, one of the pioneers in the shopping center industry, has been evolving over the last decade to create an experiential environment for the retail. To add on to the experience, we are happy to be on board with Preta as an omni-channel partner. Preta gets an opportunity to offer an omni-channel experience to the Innovate customer, and it complements our brick-and-mortar presence with the online space.
Croma is India's first and still the only truly omni-channel retailer. Our partnerships are also therefore formed selectively, and we prefer to partner with those who bring out the unique benefits and features that we offer our customers. Preta, being an omni-channel marketplace, is therefore an interesting proposition for us.
We are in the process of integrating with Preta, and obviously there are a lot of things to be done and achieved and to be understood. I have checked out the app and to me Preta is very promising. I think it's good.
Preta to me surely looks promising.
Preta is promising.
Will it be easy? Yes. Will it be worthy? Absolutely. Preta, India's first omni-channel marketplace. Bookings open for retailers and brands. To start enrolling, log on to sell.preta.com.
Okay, thank you very much, and a warm round of applause to Mr. Bhavik Javeri. Thank you so much for that presentation. And I think he'll be around, so you can contact him during the course of the India Shopping Center Forum.